Hey, what's up, you guys? What's up? Hey, if you're watching the replay for this video right there, what I want you to do is in the comments below, put the word replay. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the subject about making some great smoothies. And I also want to talk about how you can actually lose your belly fat drinking smoothies. This is one trick that I did when I was doing my bodybuilding, and I was doing the amateur bodybuilding stuff. And I just, for whatever reason, I just could never get satisfied with eating the meals because I was constantly eating. And there's nothing worse than being at work and you just need to eat because it's that 2 or 3 hour thing, right? Or there's nothing worse than you're just sick and tired of eating because you're getting lockjaw. And it's just like, God, I just don't have time for this. So what I did was I literally just took the smoothies. I replaced my meals with smoothies. I got myself plenty of protein. I got myself plenty of the carbohydrates that I needed and whatever else I needed. That's the awesome thing about smoothies. And that's why I'm pushing it so hard for you guys to take in consideration that you absolutely can benefit from actually having smoothies as part of your nutritional regimen. All right. I think I drink like 2, maybe 3 smoothies a day. And I got my waistline, from I averaged it's like a 34. I got it down to a 28 and a half. All right. So that's where my waistline ended up at, at my leanest when I was doing my competitions. I mean, it was super small, but I felt full all the time because I was doing the smoothies. So that's what I want to talk about with you guys today. I want to talk about how you can make your smoothies taste good, how you don't screw it up, how you can actually lose the belly fat and actually feel good as you're doing your smoothies. So quick question. How many of you all just struggle with smoothies, like either with the timing it takes or just not knowing what to make? Like in the comments below, let me know how many of you guys are actually struggling when it comes to actually having smoothies in your diet. Because I was one, I would make smoothies and really it was nothing to be excited about. It was nothing to brag about. So I want to talk about where it all starts. The smoothies, some people think it's all about the fruit. It is not all about the fruit. It's all about the base. If you get your base right, then everything else will flow. Now, there's different types of bases that are very common. Some people will use like juiced fruit, okay, like apple juice, orange juice, whatever, right? They'll use some kind of juice. I don't necessarily recommend using juiced fruit only because what you're doing is you're stripping a lot of the fiber from it. Yeah, sure, you'll get some of the soluble fiber, but the insoluble fiber, you're actually stripping it away from the fruit and you're getting a ton of sugars. So I would stay away from actually juicing your fruit. If you're ever going to use fruit, you put it in as a whole because this is a smoothie, guys. This is not a shake. It's not supposed to be all liquidy. It's supposed to have like a smooth texture, right? So you want to have the whole fruit in there with all the fiber so you can get all the benefit from the nutrients of the fruit. All right. Next thing, you can use almond milk, coconut milk, water. All right. Yes. And I'm explaining how you can make water really work for you guys. Because the way you flavor up your smoothie, you wouldn't even know water is the base. And that really does help kind of cut down, especially for those of you all who or maybe you eat a little too much in your diet. All right. And you need to kind of cut back on some stuff. Putting water in place of other things could probably help some of you guys out. But again, it's all about the base. So you want to get the base right. Do you want it more flavorful? Do you want like a stronger, fruity tints to it? Do you want it to be like a little bit more subtle, or do you want it more plain? Like everyone's a little bit different. So you got to experiment with different things. Maybe make some smaller batches of smoothies to see where you're at. I personally use water. I use water because here's my thing. Here's my way of thinking. I use water because what if I get used to almond milk or coconut milk and then I'm out? And then I have to revert to something like water or something. I'm like, okay, that tastes gross. Guess I'm not having a smoothie today. So that's why I use smoothies. I use water, but I flavor it up. I jazz it up enough to where it doesn't matter. You would never know there's water as a base in my smoothies. Here's the second thing. You all have got to invest in a good blender. This right here, this is like a Vitamix. This is probably one of the baddest blenders you will find out there in the market. The blenders, it makes a huge difference. If you ever use a Vitamix or a Blendtec, and there's some other models out there too that are probably pretty high powered, but if you ever use one of those and then you take a step back and then you use like a Ninja or a Hamilton Beach or whatever else is out there, Oyster, right? Those are popular brands. You're going to be sorely disappointed. You're going to be disappointed because the texture, right? It's not going to break down all the fibers of the fruit and everything. And you're going to kind of taste the grittiness and you're not going to like it. I can literally throw an apple in there and it will juice an apple in a Vitamix, but I don't waste any part of the apple. That's the awesome part about it. Nothing gets wasted. So now that you got that part going, you want to think about the texture. It's a smoothie. It's supposed to be smooth. I tell people all the time, you can lose weight eating bananas. All right. And you can see my bananas right here. It still has some of the green. So these are great. The moment that the green starts to go away, I freeze these bad boys. I freeze them in time. So because I want that resistant starch. The problem with bananas is when you guys let it get all spotty and you let it get super ripe, then it's more of a sugar state than it is a resistant starch grape. All right. And when you get a resistant starch in it, what happens is you get all the wonderful benefits of the potassium, the nutrients from the banana, the fiber from the banana. It removes waste from your body and it has you feeling full longer. So you want it to have a little bit of green in the banana right there. It's going to make a big difference. But if you are absolutely just afraid of bananas, you're like, Joe, I'm low carb, I can't do bananas. I got you. All right. Use some avocados. I go to Costco. I actually got a bag of frozen avocados in there. They're already out of the shell that it comes in. The seed is gone. So it's just half of an avocado. It's a big bag and actually saved a lot of money and it's organic. And I throw them in my smoothies on the days I don't want to use bananas. So you can use either or for that creamy texture. And after that, then you throw whatever kind of extras that you want in there, whatever it's mangoes, pineapples, or berries, you throw those in there. And then each one serves a different purpose. What if you're looking for some digestive enzymes from the pineapple? You're looking for the vitamins and the antioxidants from the berries. You got to decide, okay, what do you want? How is this going to serve you? So when I do my detox smoothie plans and everything, one thing that I always do when it comes to the detox smoothies is I make a plan. I'm going to get veggies in there. So I got this one right here. This is my green smoothie. I actually froze this. It's actually thawed out. It tastes so good. But this is bok choy in here and spinach in my smoothie. You can't even taste it. I threw some mangoes and some pineapples in this one. So it's got that tropical flavor to it. Because bananas, it's great. But I didn't want to take away from the sweetness of the mangoes and the pineapples. So I added an avocado in there. So it's got the healthy fats. The avocado has great properties in there that actually helps feed your gut, which is going to help boost your metabolism. And it has the fat that's going to protect the cells. And you can absorb more vitamins and everything from the properties of the avocado. So remember, you always got to eat with a purpose. You have to know what the food is doing in your body and how it's either benefiting you or how it's impacting you in a negative way. So all this right here is good. And then if you're trying to get your protein in, because it is very hard just eating solid meals, getting all your proteins, especially if some of you guys, if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, if you're pescatarian, it can be a little difficult to hit your protein numbers if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you're fine. But a lot of people, they don't. They're afraid of everything. They're afraid of carbs. They're afraid of nuts. They're afraid of seeds. And now, because you're not eating any of those things, you're not getting a lot of protein in your diet. So one of these things a lot of people do is in your smoothie, just get a good protein. This is a plant-based protein. This is called Metabashake. This is probably one of the best tasting proteins I've ever tried. Hands down. I've tried all kinds of plant-based proteins. That's probably the best. It's probably the closest one that tastes like whey. Whey protein is the gold standard for people who have whey protein in their body. But if you're trying to stay away from milk derivatives, then a plant-based protein, you want to get a good one that has natural ingredients, no extra additives, no artificial flavorings. You want none of that stuff inside your diet. Okay. So that right there, it just adds to the extra protein in your smoothie. You can put a scoop or two. Another thing that people can do, don't be afraid of hemp. Don't be afraid of flax seed, chia seeds. You can add different types of seeds like this right here. This right here, it has 10 grams of protein in there. All right. For 2 tablespoons. That is crazy. That's a pretty good amount of protein coming from hemp. All right. So you're getting some great protein from that. Or like I said, you got chia seeds, flax seeds, whatever. You can add those in there and you can get the benefits from these different types of food items, these food sources, and actually get a complete meal out of a freaking smoothie. This is how I got away. This was my cheat code when I was bodybuilding and everyone was stay away from fruit. Don't do fruit. Don't do that. I'm thinking why? Why? If I can get what I would eat in a solid meal, but I'm blending it because I don't want to chew it, right? I don't have time to have 5-6 meals in a day. I want to feel full. I want my waistline to be tight. What else can I do? Well, I blend it. And then a water base makes me feel full. All the nutrients are opening the cells in your body. And then I'm just flushing my body full of nutrients. And I also got all the fiber that's pulling the waste out of my body. There's no wonder my waistline, everything, all the fat just started coming off my stomach. I had some very, very nice looking abs, because I just stuck to my guns. I did what I was supposed to do. I stayed with the plan, and smoothies played a big role. And then I wasn't one of those guys who were all sad and depressed because I had nothing like, sweet in my diet. I had the sweetness from the fruit. So I was happy, y'all. And that's what I did when I put together the 22-day detox smoothie plan. What I did with that plan was I made it to where you would just feel satisfied. You have to. If you're constantly snacking, guess what? You're telling your body, store body fat, store body fat. You want to get away from snacking. You have to. You want to clear your body's pathways. So this right here, this is like a model of an artery, right? And then right here, this is what your artery is supposed to look like. But most of you all, when you have high body fat percentages, your arteries look more like this one or this one back here, where you get like these, you get the plaque buildup because of all the sugar in your diet and all like the chemicals and all the preservatives and everything that's inside your diet that doesn't belong in there. Like it starts to build plaque, and then the artery walls start to harden. The blood flow is more restricted. Now you're having health issues. All right. Now your energy is low. Now you're feeling like you don't have enough oxygen getting to different parts of your body. So you need that. And then when we start talking about your gut, you want to get rid of all that body fat right there, all that stuff that's protruding your gut, or the bloat. You want to get that down. So you really want to make sure you're eating smart and you're putting smart food in your smoothies, blend it up. And I'm telling you, you're going to absolutely love the results. So that right there, you guys, I'm letting you guys know right now that if you do your diet right, you have to be strategic with it. You have to know, what is your goal? Are you trying to build muscle? Are you trying to lose fat? Are you trying to get energy? What is your goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to put on weight? Because you can definitely make it to where you can actually gain weight with smoothies as well. I have guys all the time saying, Joe, I got no muscles. I look flat. I'm skinny. I don't have the size or the physique that I want. So I show them how to gain muscle without putting on a bunch of body fat. And you can do that through having 2 or 3 smoothies a day. 3 is a little excessive. 3 is like a little on the high side, but like that sweet spot is usually about 2 right there. Like this right here, I just broke my fast. Where I'm at, it's 1 p.m. So this smoothie is perfect. Antioxidants in this bad boy, fiber in this bad boy, and I freeze it in my refrigerator because I don't want it to like get all like, if you leave it in the refrigerator, it's going to taste kind of funky. It gets oxidation, and you want to oxidize all the nutrients inside your smoothie. Put it in your freezer in a mason jar, and you'll be just fine. So anyways, guys, I hope this really helped you guys out. I hope I enlightened you all on the power of smoothies. I want you guys to take this information, and I want you guys to apply it to your diets. Trust me when I say this, this will be a game changer for you. And what you put in your smoothies matter. So don't just go throwing any old thing in there and you're just like, all right, let's see what happens. Like, you want to have the fruit that you like, but if you have a goal, trying to like reduce your blood pressure, you're trying to like get toxins out of your body, then you just need to find yourself a good plan with nutritional information that explains to you how you're removing the waste. All right, guys, that's all the time I got. I will catch up with y'all later. I got to get to work. You got to get to work. Let's all get to work. I'll catch up with y'all a little later today.